can no longer be rendered invisible. Latinos are boosting the U.S. economy under the powerful franchising business model. It is time for change and to take actions for the business future of the Latino community. Let's do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We stand for more opportunities for people from all walks of life. Join us to be part of the transformation of the franchising industry, where Latinos have the power to grow on a large scale. Greetings, saludos, welcome once again to the LFA Latino Franchise Association podcast. My name is Rafael Alvarez. I'm the CEO and founder of the Latino Franchise Association, and today I have a very special guest, someone that it is well known, I would say, within the franchising community. His name is Emiliano Yoker, and he is a senior consultant of iFranchising. And we are very happy and excited to welcome the one and only, to welcome iFranchising Group as a member of the Latino Franchise Association. This a pleasure for you guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Saludos.
Appreciate it. All good. Much appreciated such a nice intro, and excited to be part of this as we committed to be part of the Latino Association and support the effort of reaching out to the community, being a source of help and connecting with them and doing the best for our community, which continues to grow and is a very great opportunity to reach out again.
Well, I have to really thank you in multiple ways, because in reality, you have been supporting the Latino franchise community since day one. I mean, this association, as you know, it was created to promote the franchising business model. And the reality is that since day one, you say, hey, man, I believe in your vision. I think it is time that someone really focus on promoting. I mean, we have 65 million Latinos in the U.S. Emiliano, generating $3.2 trillion. I mean, that's a lot of power, right?
I know. That. And it continues to grow. They are predicting that by 2060, the year 2060, will be 1 out of 4 Americans are going to be Latino or Spanish speaking. So do you know that culture is not just to come and go? They're here. They're building stronger roots. They're business owners. In fact, another point, 25% of the new applications for new business are Latino. And this is the Treasury just announced this, that wow. From all new businesses, 25% are Latinos, and that's continued to grow. And so what a great way to be connected with them through you, the Latino Association, and guide them with the good resources, right? Because often enough, either they don't know how to get to us, they don't know what to do, they don't know who to use, they don't know all those resources that are available. And I think that what you have done here, you built a beautiful platform to for them to know how to get to whatever door is needed for them to go through and continue to grow without wasting time, without getting lost and all those common mistakes that happens from people that they don't know how to do better. So I think that that we sympathize or we agree on the same vision of being that help and that guidelines on and we lived similar experiences where sometimes we wasted time in a way. Although in business, it's not a waste. Everything is a learning. But you wish that somebody was there for us earlier to say, don't do that, don't do this. And so being part of that resource or that set of tools available for the Latinos is beautiful to be. And I think that Latino Franchise Association builds that platform for companies like us to supply that help, to provide that hand-on-hand walk and telling them how to be efficient without wasting that time or misusing fundings or even just making rookie mistakes. So it's good that we can be part of that.
Well, first of all, I know that you have an Argentinian background. You were born in, where were you born?
In Buenos Aires, yeah. So I lived there until I was 22 years old. I'm already in the U.S. for over 30 years almost. But my roots are in the Latino world and Hispanic world are very deep. In fact, one of the faces of the iFranchise group that connects with all that Latin world. And so we help a lot of clients coming from South America, Central America, to expand in the U.S. So we not only help local Latinos, but we also bring other concepts from Brazil, bring concepts, large businesses. And not only franchising, sometimes we work with licensing, sometimes we work distribution channels, whatever is needed for that business model to be successful. We then advise what will be the proper legal framework to use to accomplish that. So our intent is always to provide the best for the business, understand who is that consumer of that product and how to do it well in a way, and going to a large country like the US to regions that the business can perform well. And the beauty is, used to be that Latinos only consume Latinos, and now we're in the Anglo world where the gringos are enjoying a good product from Latin America and food or services. So I think that is also important to recognize that the concepts do well in the U.S. and that doesn't have to be that your audience is going to be another smaller community of your country. So if you have a concept from Colombia, you maybe going to Miami because you have Colombians there. Your product might do well in other markets too. So part of our advising, part of our exploring with them is to understand what the audience is, what the business needs to be successful, and advising them on how to get to those markets with a proper strategy, right? Especially knowing that we're dealing with a large country where if you don't have your resources in place, you can be swallowed by your competition or make a lot of mistakes, spending a lot of money and still not everybody know you. So how you do that in a way that you become, people know your brand and you do it efficiently and so on. So a lot of different things that we can provide and help with.
Well, we all know that there are a lot of franchise consultants, there are franchise company that are in that particular space or field. But talk to us about iFranchising, when it was created, how long you guys been around, what kind of services you provide, and what differentiate you guys from everybody else.
Perfect. Yeah, I love that question because it comes often enough. We are about 800 years of experience combining all our consultants' experience. And so it's a lot of time. We all come from franchising. So all the consultants live the life of franchising. In my case, I work for a large franchisor, international franchisor, help them expanding in the U.S., built hundreds of units across the nation. And I was one of those team players that went to help opening locations from state to state, city to city. And then later on, I had the opportunity to buy or to be granted with territories. And so I became a franchisee as well of the same brand. But my colleagues, Barry Falcon, David Omhole, Scott Jewett, they all come from the life of franchising as well. So they, in some cases, they built their businesses like Shelf Genie, Linex, and so they developed those into franchise models, and they grew the business, and then they became consultants for the iFranchise group. So the main difference here is the level of experience that our consultants have. We all live the life, so they're not just certified by an organization and we preach something that we never lived. We live that life. We understand what it takes to be on the franchisor side and the franchisee side. We know how to advise businesses to create the perfect setting to be successful, meaning creating a win-win-win scenario, 3 win pieces. The franchisor have to win, franchisee has to win, consumers have to win. So how you create that perfect platform for everybody to find this relationship through franchising for many years to come, where everybody benefits from it, and create culture through the product, from the product or the concept. So that's what we are expert at, and we
Wow.
have, yeah, we have a lot of help that we can do from A to Z, from developing the concept up to getting ready to go to the marketplace, marketing tools, and so on. So a lot of very specific know-how on each part of the program. So that is in part what sets iFranchise Group from anybody else.
Well, I can recognize a lot of these faces every time I go to conventions, events, franchise events. I see some of them there. I see that you guys have a team, an awesome team. What is it? This is like a dream team in the franchising industry. I
It,
mean,
it is.
put
It is,
together.
and I don't want to go anywhere. I tell you that, in fact, when I left the company that I work for in franchising, and I was presented with the opportunity of being a consultant for the iFranchise Group, which I just celebrated my 13th year, 1313, with as a consultant. I was thrilled to be part of that team, and I learn every day from them. And I think that the be surrounded with talent like that is very important to me. So that is one of the things I typically tell our clients. The caliber of my colleagues and their experience are unmatched. So that's certainly what drives me to stay with the iFranchise Group. Our vision of helping the success of our clients, and over in that validation that I hear from visiting a client after they start selling franchises, and they're excited about everything that we help them early in the game to make decisions for years to come. So it's exciting to be part of this.
So what is your main focus? By the way, I'm looking at
Sure.
some content in Spanish that I
Yes.
just upload with you guys when I look at someone in the industry that at least is really catering for the Latino community, which I see that
We
this is
do.
in Spanish. That's fantastic. But so you guys take a client at what level? It's a
Yeah.
startup. It's a startup, or most of your clients are a startup franchise or emerging franchisors or mature or grown
So we have,
franchise.
yeah, so we have the ability and the capability to adapt to whatever the client needs are. Typically, we will not engage or work with any concept that is not franchisable. What I mean by franchisable, that doesn't meet the 12-point criteria that we use. The business has to produce a decent return on investment. So we do a deep analysis on that. Is the business model will provide a good return on the initial investment of getting in that business, plus compensation to the operator of that business. And so we look for return on investment. We look at how easy will be to clone this concept across the nation, or find operators, how easy to sell franchises, how adaptable or teachable is this concept. So if we don't find all those conditions, then makes it harder to use franchising as a way to duplicate the success. So first is a deep analysis. Then we get to the point: is this feasible? Is this franchisable? We say yes. Then we put a strategy to that thinking, and we ask, what do you want to do with the concept? Where you want to be 5 years from now? And they will say, well, I want to be worth $10 million. Okay, what do we need to do from day one to be in 5 years worth that much money? So the speed of growth that we can put, and the how robust is the program that we will design for that client, will depend on this, on what their goals are. The more aggressive goals will demand more robust approach to the marketplace. The less aggressive might require less of organizing and setting up. But as you know, franchising being a highly regulated environment and dictated by state laws, we need to make sure that we prepare them to to say, well, in this region, you're going to face a non-registration state, a registration state. That means that you need to have legal documents. You need to register here. You need to say this. You need to act this way. So we guide them through the process so they don't get lost. They don't get hurt. They don't get penalties. They don't get, in a position that can not benefit their business on their expansion.
I just came back from a very wonderful event at the Title Center for Franchising in Palm Beach Atlantic University, organized by Dr. John Hayes. And I was having a conversation with someone over there, and the person was indicating that basically the comment was, oh, everything's franchisable. And I said, wow, everything is franchisable? The question then goes to you, Emiliano. Is everything franchisable or not?
Well, from the legal standpoint, nothing stops you from franchising an idea. You could not implement anything and have a business plan, and you perhaps can franchise it. From the perspective of, from the sense of practicality, will be near impossible to sell one franchise if you never prove that, if you never try it, if you don't have anything to show that investor that is coming in and is willing to sign an agreement for many years to come and pay you royalties all along for something that wasn't even tested. So the point sometimes, if we deal with concepts, they're new and they're hot, and we don't have enough history to back it up with financials, but we can predict some behavior. So there are some unique cases where we can act fast, but typically you want to make sure that your business reach the point of being profitable, to produce a sufficient return on investment. And that point, we can look at it and say, can we take this into franchising? So again, two separate things. From the perspective of legal, attorneys will franchise anything, with respect to attorneys, of course. But from the practicality standpoint, as consultants, it will be hard to sell a franchise if you can prove what will be in return for that investor. So in franchising, the driver or the motivator is being able to help and assist the franchisee to open fast their location and become profitable as soon as possible. The sooner you do that, the hotter you become, and the validation of that franchisees telling others that come and buy this franchise. This is good. Only takes this much time. You put this much, but in a year or 2 years top, you get your money back, and return is 15, 20, 30%. And so you start getting more attention, more people come in wanting that franchise. Later, when you grow and you mature, you get all the benefits, brand recognition. People know and they're familiar with the products and the reputation of that product as on the consumer side. So it gets easier as you go. But to get into franchising, organize yourself, sell the first handful of franchises is perhaps one of the toughest pieces to do. If you surround yourself with the right resources, that should not be an issue. If you work with right attorneys, if you work with right consultants, if you put your money in the right place, if you are selective when you get franchisees, and this is Rafael, this is a mistake that we hear and we see year after year. One of the hardest job for a franchisor is somebody comes with a check for that initial fee to get in the brand and said, I'm ready. And your gut tells you, yeah, you're not a good operator. You don't have the experience. You're not going to last what our agreement is 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, because I can see that you're not here for the right reasons. And so being selective, finding the right operator, it's better to say no to that check and surround yourself with a franchisee that is going to be there working hard for the length of that relationship, for the length of that agreement they're about to sign. And so we teach, franchisors on how to disqualify a prospect that is coming your way. They have the money, but really is not cut for what is needed. So there is a number of different things that we can do. We have about 40 different services that we can provide to new franchisors, and also merging or people that are already in franchising, but they need that push to get it going, or mature franchisors. We work with a lot of big brands that they plateau and they don't know how to get it going. So we do audits.
All of these brands, I guess, are all of these brands your client? They've been what
Correct.
kind of work have you done for some of these brands? Because I see some very famous super. This is a mega brand. I mean, Aces. This is the sneakers, right?
Yeah,
The
we work with a lot of really big players. I will say that about a good half of the clients are in the food service. As everybody knows, food service is very active in franchising, but we work in 75 different industries. So we work in um, healthcare, senior care, whatever segment might be, retail, home services. So you got a number of clients that we work. Massage Envy, they came to us with only one location, and everybody knows they're a monster in the marketplace, and
yeah.
so we help them in their expansion. We have you name it, we work with, and that is in fact another plus of dealing with the iFranchise group. We Although we're not trying to get a client to act like another competitor, we first understand what is needed for that concept to be successful. But because we do have experience and we work in that industry, not only in franchising but also in that particular segment, we can advise on common sense, what works for others, and bring that up to to our clients and say, I don't know if you consider this, but do you care about this? And so we can open up another broader perspective for that client of how to prepare to go to a marketplace where they are mature players, how to be maximize their tools, although they might be new, to capture a marketplace.
Well, I see. I mean, a picture speak louder than 1,000 words. That's what we say it all the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean, just looking at all of these brands, I mean, it says a lot about the quality of services that you guys are providing. So, no, I was going to mention to you that I remember having a conversation with someone that wanted to. The guy told me, "Oh, I invested $2 million in this company. Now I want to franchise it." And I said, "Okay, so what did you do?" So the guy built a platform that does like digital. He has like digital radio station, like radio stations on the internet. He
okay,
has station, he has TV channels, and he has like I guess newspapers and magazines. So he wanted to franchise this, and I said, "Wait a minute, how can you franchise this when whatever you play on the internet in New York, people in California can hear it? I mean, how are you gonna assign territory to people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?" But anyway, at the end, I don't know if you end up doing it. What that was just a candy conversation that I was having. But I agree with you. Not everything is franchisable. Yeah, there are
yeah,
people that they will convince the clients to franchise and go ahead pay me and that's part of in a way the problem that I see also happening in the franchising industry with a lot of consultants or even attorneys. I mean, not talking negative or bad about no one, but
hmm
yeah, there are a lot of funny people there that they don't really care. They just go ahead and yeah, give me I'll franchise and give me pay me this much, take the money, here it is, and goodbye. And then people here a lot of at least in the Latino community, some Latino has been burned for some franchise consultants. I'm not gonna say who, why, but the reality is that when that happened, it is like a negative score, negative point in the industry because then those people are the ones that are running around the community saying, "Oh, don't even bother investing in
yeah,
franchising. It doesn't work. I invested, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 and didn't go nowhere. I wasted my money on this, and that." But I'm glad that at least you guys are reputable. I mean, I can
yeah.
tell by you guys have received the entrepreneurial top franchise supplier award
Five
2000.
years in a row, yeah, and that's one of the biggest privilege. I mean, we refer to that as the Oscars. If you were in the movie, that recognition is very important to us. Why? Because these are franchisors, the ones telling the story. Is This is not us paying anybody for that recognition. It's so Hollywood might be, but we're not. So in this case, over 900 franchisors voted for us year after year for 5 years in a row, being picked as the best consulting firm in North America. So we don't take that as okay, and we keep going. We're humble about it, but we work hard for every year to achieve that recognition. And it's also our business model that we're not packagers. So we're not going to sell you a group of things that you may not need today. It is my best interest to be in contact with you, earn the trust from you, that as we grow, as you grow and mature also, you keep coming to us for additional services. So maybe in 2 years from now, you're going to need a website from me, or maybe a brochure, or something else. Or maybe you're taking your concept to a new market and we can help you with the adaptation of that operating manual to Canada, let's say. So I don't want to sell stuff now. I want to make sure that I'm a resource for you now and you get what you need. And proactively, I look at what is coming for you. And I'm constantly checking with you and say, hey, you're about to look at this. This is going to happen to you. Naturally happens because we see it. We know the industry. We know your segment. We know franchising. How about this service? How about this? Consider this. And so we walk with them from the sideline as coaches, and we advise even like they say, even best players need a coach, right? So even if you're a brilliant mind in business, you can benefit from coaches looking at things that you might not see because you're playing and you're seeing just a certain part of it, and we can see it from a different angle to it.
Totally. Those of you that are listening and watching, you're listening and watching the Latino Franchise Association podcast, and we are welcoming another member. His name is Emiliano Yoker, and the company that he represents is iFranchising. For those Latinos or anyone that is interested and want to learn more about this brand, just visit our website, latinofranchise.org. Visiting the latinofranchise.org, you will be able to connect and see. We'll be able to connect with iFranchising as a member and other members, but iFranchising, by just going to our marketplace or looking at our features suppliers, you'll be able to click on the view more information or on the logo, and automatically you will be able to visit their website of iFranchising Group. And I'm sure that if you want to connect with them also, you will be able to find them by just clicking, or you can go to iFranchising.org. Let me see. This is the website. Is that right?
Yep.
iFranchise
Group, iFranchiseGroup.com. Yeah, it's easy to find. We have a number of publications, free links to seminars. We have our CEO, Mark Siebert, wrote several books about franchising, so we can send free copies to those that are contemplating the idea of getting into franchising, or the other way around. They are in franchising and they plateau. They want to sell more franchises. They don't know how to do it, or they need an audit or a simple tweak or adaptation or review critique. We're here to help and provide that to them. So yeah.
And what if somebody wants to connect with you? Can I show your email, or can they email you directly, or how do you want?
By going to our website, automatically they'll find a way to click and connect with us. We have a big team available. We have analysts, we have senior advisors, and we're all ready to help to take on that that lead and talking about what they wishing to do, or whatever stage they might be. They're just maybe just curious about how it works for now, or they're almost ready, or they're perhaps are ready to go, or they already embarked this idea and they need the final push to get in the marketplace. So we can adapt to whatever situation they are. We have clients that we've been in conversations for many years prior to, and so sometimes if they're not yet ready, we can tell them what is missing, what part needs to be franchise ready. And so sometimes we can give them the homework to go home and do and prepare and come back to us. So we maintain this relationship with businesses, even if they're early in the game, even if they're just open let's say a restaurant, and they're thinking about franchising, but they're not ready. So we can tell them how to prepare, what to do, because it's easier when you have the vision that you're going to take this business through franchising in one point, and how to start making decisions that are franchise ready or franchise friendly to start cloning the concept later on. So we can do those things.
How long does it take from someone connecting with you guys? I'm interested in franchising my business until the moment that they have the FDD on their hand and ready to sell. How long does
Yeah,
it take?
most of that time is on depends on the state they are going to be offering franchises, because the government of that state, this is no secret, the government can be slow sometimes, and so depending on the state where you're dealing with, can take 4 months, it can take 8 months. So there are states like California where they drag their feet a little bit more than others, but you can go to states like Texas where by filing in a very short time, you could be in a position to offer franchises. So those are factors that will determine the legal documents, but also you need to put a operations manual. This is a robust, is what we call it, the Bible of the business, right? That teaches the operator on how to do everything. Compiling all the information and setting a operations manual can also take time, and depending on the complexity of the business model is the length of putting together a very comprehensive operating manual. So it could take all anywhere from 4 months up to 7-8 months to be franchise ready and go to the marketplace and start recruiting investors.
Definitely. No, that's good to know. So anyone that is interested in franchising, make a free consultation. Also, you guys provide that.
Yes, absolutely. We don't charge for anything. We give you a proposal. If the proposal that we offer is something that has what you're looking for, then we can convert that proposal to an agreement.
Okay, that is good to know. So once again, we really want to welcome you and your
A
company
pleasure.
to the Latino Franchise Association on behalf of our executive team and the board of directors, our other members. We really want to welcome you and thank you for all the support and everything that you guys has been providing since day one to the Latino Franchise Association. And please continue supporting our events. I know that you are a great promoter of Latino coming into the industry to invest. As you know, you and I know that there are a lot of them out there
Yeah.
that have a lot of money, resources. They are hungry. They want to grow. They want to invest. They just want to look at great opportunities that make sense for them to really, I guess, double, triple, quadruple their money, their investment. Right?
Absolutely.
Franchising is one of the best business model out there.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts? Any final words before we wrap it
No,
up?
simply to use this opportunity to thank you again for all your work. I know you're a busy man. I know you do a lot, but for you slowing down to reach out to the community and trying to create this with no interest of making money, is simply to create a space. We haven't seen that done the way you do it, and that's why we want to be part of it, because the energy that you put, the people that you're surrounding, the platform that you're creating, the talent that is coming to the organization is unmatched, and I think that is going to separate this from any other attempt to reach out to the Latino community. I think that the motor that is pushing this and the fuel that we add into it is going to take us far enough. And we're going to look back and we're going to have conversations in the future about, remember back in 2023, 2024, and we'll be, a little more gray and
Yeah.
everywhere, but we're going to laugh about this, and we're going to say, oh my God, yeah, those were the days. And look how busy we are now, and look like Latino association with offices everywhere, and everybody reaching out.
Well,
So again, kudos.
you forgot to mention one word, which is my favorite word. I love to say that everything that I do and what I do it with passion,
Yes.
pasión. You know,
Pasión, la pasión.
without that, I mean, then things become like mechanical. You know, like you're doing it because you want to get paid. You're doing it because you're doing it. You're being forced to do. I do things because I have passion to do it, and I'm doing it. I'm having a lot of fun, believe it or
Yeah.
not. I'm doing this. Yeah, it is true. I'm putting a lot of time, a lot of money out of my own pocket, to
Well,
do
we
this because,
Latinos, Latinos, we're passionate people, right? But you put in passion with a purpose, and that is the difference here. And that's why is contagious, because you put in something with a meaning to it, and it's not, your passion can transmit a feeling to me, but your passion with your purpose is wanting me to follow. And that is the difference here. And that's what is going, and that's what I see is going to take this farther than even you imagine it now. And we have conversations about the future, but I think it's going to go beyond that as well.
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, people now, I mean, I've been so busy running the day-to-day operation and doing so many things that I never, like in 2023, I never had a chance to stop for a minute and think, okay, what have we done? Until the end of the year, then now, 2024 is here. So now what are we going to do in 2024? And then I look back on what we did and say, oh my God, it feels like we've been running this for 2 or 3 or 4 years, and we're not even a year. As a matter of fact, this organization is not even 1 year old. You know what was the launch, that official launch? This event took place, believe it or not, this is, where's the launch? This event took place in January 28th of 2023. Here it is.
Oh my gosh, we're days away from the first anniversary.
Yeah, right there, January 27. I said 28. It was January 27 today. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Richard right there. Richard from Puerto Rico. I talked to him recently. He's doing well, also with the same commitment as iFranchise Group, the Puerto Rican association, and all the power from the island coming to us. You're surrounded certainly with a lot of great talent, and so that's also contagious. It's like we want to be part of it.
You know this guy, Fernando Ferraz?
Yeah.
He's a guy that he's organizing the Latino Franchise Summit in Dallas, Texas, at the John Brown headquarters. He's also
very nice.
This initiative, and a lot of other Latinos all over. I try to really reach out to at least the players in the Latino franchising world that I knew, and even international. You know, this guy Jorge Valencia from Mexico has been supporting us.
He's full of energy.
But anyway, I'm glad that we connected. I'm glad that you are here, that you're supporting, and that you're really, putting time, energy, and effort to really support and grow this effort, because this is gonna benefit everybody in the industry.
Yeah. Everybody. It's a win-win proposition. Yeah.
Everybody in the industry, a lot of franchise consultants, a lot of franchise brokers, a lot of financial institutions that provide loans. Even the International Franchise Association will benefit, because all of these brands that we're bringing on board, they're going to become members of the IFA.
Correct.
I'm promoting IFA all the time. Their events, go to the activities. I'm going to be at the annual convention. So we are just a big family, and what we are doing is just bringing a new wave. New wave, that eventually that wave, Emiliano, is going to be converted into a tsunami. Let's call it a tsunami. A tsunami is coming into the franchising industry.
Love it. We can do that.
Anything else?
We're good. And again, I appreciate you.
All right, my friends. So thank you, those of you that are listening. Don't forget to click like in all of our podcast platforms that we are transmitting this podcast, and all of our social media platforms. And of course, if you like to see the video, you could go to our YouTube channel in the Latino Franchise Association. And thank you for connecting, and keep in touch until next time. Thank you. Ciao. Gracias.
Ciao, ciao.
Latino can no longer be rendered invisible. Latinos are boosting the U.S. economy under the powerful franchising business model. It is time for change and to take actions for the business future of the Latino community. Let's do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We stand for more opportunities for people from all walks of life. Join us to be part of the transformation of the franchising industry, where Latinos have the power to grow on a large scale.